Bogey's breakdown.
Bam. So, Jason Kidd, how do you think he's doing so far?
Oh man, it's. I mean, it's tough. He got his hands full. I mean, shit.
He mentioned somebody needs to join in with Luka and Kyrie.
I mean, he knows best. He knows better than any. He's in the locker room. He's giving the game plan. I mean, I'm pretty sure him and his staff went through every option, and they trying to figure it out. I'm pretty sure they're gonna come up with something.
From the coaching side of things, because you can speak from that perspective, what's it like when you're, Jason Kidd, he was, obviously his player knowledge is going to be there with all his experience and all the notoriety and the success that he had. And when you're trying to coach somebody, but they're not listening, or maybe not even that, but maybe they can't do something that you can do. Does you ever have that happen?
Oh, yeah, being a coach.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, sometimes when you're asking someone to do something, it's all about how you present it to them. I mean, you can explain something to a guy, and it all depends on how you're explaining it, if he gets it or not. I've learned that as a coach, just dealing with certain guys, your delivery and like how it's all about your delivery and how you explain it.
Just like in anything.
Just like in anything else.
Yeah.
So if you got to try to break it down, you can break it down in simplest terms. Sometimes it's just but some guys don't get it. I mean, just it depends on what you're talking about or what you're trying to get them to get. I don't know.
Do you ever wish sometimes you could just swap places and do it yourself?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as a coach, sometimes you can actually get out there. Like when I coach, I could get out there and actually show them. I mean, I couldn't defend the guy, but I could show them what I was trying to do.
Right.
I mean, of course, they too fucking fast and they jump too high now. My knees are shot. But when you can't, that's the thing about me not, coaching, being a former player. I've learned the upside of, being the coach. I've been in a meeting sometimes and coaches are like, what was so-and-so thinking right there? And because I've been in that position, I can put myself in that player's shoes.
Yeah, that helps.
Coach, he was thinking this, and we're just in the coaches' meeting. And he's like, I'm going to ask that motherfucker tomorrow when we get in there. And we'll come in the, players, coaches watch a film, and he'll ask the player, what you thinking right there? And I'm like, I hope this motherfucker say exactly. He said exactly what I said. I'll turn around, look at Coach with the biggest smile, and that's one of the big pluses, of being a former player. Like you can kind of put yourself in their shoes in that situation because there's so much coming so fast. It's not like watching tape. It's actually happening in real time. So you can put yourself in their shoes 90% of the time.
What percentage of the coaches you've had were never NBA players?
Oh, it's different because when we were growing up, a lot of the coaches weren't.
Right.
Like the game has changed now. You got a lot of coaches who played. You had a few, that might have played. But I was fortunate enough. Like when I first came in, I had the opportunity to play for Doc, former player, played hard, defensive guy. So I could relate to everything that he was telling me.
Right.
It was easy.
It makes it easier for you as a player.
Definitely an easier transition.
For his player's coach or player's manager.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. Then you had other coaches who never played, but you had a respect for them because the older players before you played for those guys. So now you hear some kids like, oh, that coach ain't never played. And I'm looking like, we played for a lot of coaches. Like 90% of coaches I played for didn't play. But,
right.
But now the kids think, it's like every coach needed to play or they have to play basketball. And that's not the case.
Yeah. Yeah. And you even have now, I think it's in baseball, female coaches and stuff like that, right?
Oh, everywhere. Women are. I've had the opportunity to work with some women in the basketball, and they know the game. They wizards. They every detail. I've worked with some women that I'm just like, teach me this, or teach me how to use this app, or they know one of my friends know analytics, and she was teaching me analytics the year we were working together. So, I love having, working and having a different mind to help me in the workplace of basketball. I've had the opportunity working with a lot of different women to show me.
And it's happened all over sports. I think a woman just became a general manager baseball
Oh.
tag.
Basketball, baseball.
Fact check that, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, they're a lot better than some of these guys in these positions, but I'm not going to touch on
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, players. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, if I was a player, I'd want to hear from somebody that did it.
Right.
You know, so I think Jason Kidd. That's definitely an advantage that they had. And I would also say too, somebody who's not the coach of the Celtics now, but somebody like Brad Stevens. That's a perfect example right there. Kind of a combination of two things: no player experience and young, right? So lack of just overall experience when it comes to coaching or whatnot. So,
I mean, I always say, like, I had the opportunity to play for both of the Van Gundy brothers. You think they play basketball? But they're some of the best coaches that I ever had the opportunity
one of them
to
was
play
a
for.
consultant on the Celtics, Jeff, right?
Yeah. I mean, those two, I always laugh when
he's gonna
when
get
guys,
a ring with
definitely,
Boston.
I always laugh when the young guys be like, certain, this coach didn't play or he don't know what he. And I'm like, I played for some of the best coaches. I just named two brothers, for example, two opposite coaching styles, but they never played. But like some of the knowledge that I got from those two, but it's not true. I mean, it's definitely not true.
Yeah.